In the misty mountains of 17th century Japan, a young monk named Mokuan wandered into the temple of his master, Bankei Yotaku, with a question that would change the course of his spiritual journey. Mokuan had been studying the teachings of the Buddha for many years, but he found himself stuck in a sea of concepts and dogma. He longed for a direct experience of reality, unencumbered by the thoughts and ideas that seemed to dominate his mind. As he approached his master's quarters, he heard the sound of Bankei's voice, reciting a passage from the teachings of Huang Po, a Tang dynasty master who had lived centuries earlier. The passage spoke of the unborn mind, a state of consciousness that transcended the dualities of thought and concept. Mokuan felt a shiver run down his spine as he listened to the words, and he knew that he had to ask his master to explain their meaning. As Mokuan entered the room, Bankei looked up at him with piercing eyes and asked, "What is it that you wish to know, my young friend?" Mokuan took a deep breath and asked, "Master, what is the meaning of the unborn mind? How can I experience it for myself?" Bankei smiled and began to speak in a low, measured tone. The unborn mind is not something that can be understood through thought or concept. It is a state of awareness that arises when the mind is freed from the dualities of subject and object, self and other. It is the mind of the Buddha, the mind of reality itself. Mokuan listened intently, but he found himself struggling to comprehend the master's words. He felt as though he was trying to grasp a fistful of water, only to have it slip through his fingers. Bankei seemed to sense his confusion, and he offered a gentle smile. "Do not try to understand, my young friend. Simply observe the mind and allow it to reveal its true nature." As Mokuan delved deeper into the teachings of the unborn mind, he began to realize that this concept was not unique to Bankei or Huang Po, but was a thread that ran throughout the entirety of Buddhist and Taoist thought. He read the teachings of Dogen Zenji, the founder of the Soto Zen school in Japan, who spoke of the importance of non-thinking and non-conceptualizing in his classic work, Shobogenzo. He studied the writings of Zhuangzi, the 4th century BCE Taoist master, who used the metaphor of the butterfly dream to describe the fleeting and illusions nature of the self. And he explored the teachings of Linji Yixuan, the founder of the Rinzai school, who famously declared, "If you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha," in order to emphasize the importance of transcending all concepts and dualities. As Mokuan immersed himself in these teachings, he began to see the world in a new light. He realized that the distinctions between subject and object, self and other, were not fixed or absolute, but were instead fluid and interchangeable. He saw that the mind was not a fixed entity, but a dynamic and ever-changing process, and that reality itself was not something that could be grasped or understood, but was instead a mystery that unfolded moment by moment. Mokuan's studies took him to the mountains of China, where he encountered the teachings of Laozi, the author of the Tao Te Ching. He read the 81 chapters of this classic text and was struck by the emphasis on the principle of Wu Wei, or non-action. He saw that this principle was not a call to passivity or inaction, but rather a reminder to align oneself with the natural order of the universe and to allow things to unfold without forced or artificial effort. As he delved deeper into the teachings of Laozi, Mokuan began to appreciate the importance of embracing the unknown and of allowing oneself to be guided by the natural currents of life. He realized that the attempt to control or manipulate reality was not only futile, but also destructive, and that the key to true freedom and liberation lay in surrendering to the present moment and allowing things to unfold as they would. Mokuan's journey took him to the temples and monasteries of Asia, where he encountered a wide range of teachers and practitioners, each with their own unique perspective and approach. He met with Ajahn Chah, the Thai forest master, who taught him the importance of mindfulness and meditation in daily life. He studied with Pema Chodron, the American Buddhist nun, who showed him the value of cultivating compassion and awareness in the face of uncertainty and adversity. And he encountered the teachings of Shunryu Suzuki Roshi, who emphasized the importance of beginner's mind and of approaching each moment with a sense of curiosity and openness. As Mokuan traveled and studied, he began to realize that the unborn mind was not just a concept or a state of consciousness, but a living, breathing reality that was available to him in every moment. He saw that it was not something that he had to achieve or attain, but rather something that was already present, waiting to be discovered. And he understood that the key to experiencing this reality lay not in the accumulation of knowledge or the attainment of spiritual states, but in the simple act of being present and of allowing oneself to be guided by the natural currents of life. As Mokuan sat in stillness, surrounded by the beauty and wonder of the natural world, he began to experience a sense of silence and spaciousness that he had never known before. It was as though the boundaries of his mind had expanded, and he was able to see things from a new and broader perspective. He felt a sense of connection to all of life and a deep appreciation for the mystery and wonder of the universe. And yet, as he sat in this state of silence and awareness, Mokuan was also aware of a profound sense of uncertainty and doubt. He realized that he knew nothing, and that all of his concepts and ideas were merely fleeting and ephemeral. He saw that the mind was a mere illusion, a tricksy and deceptive thing that was capable of creating entire worlds of thought and concept. And he wondered, what was the nature of reality really? Was it something that could be known and understood? Or was it a mystery that would always lie beyond the reach of the human mind? As Mokuan sat in this state of silence and uncertainty, he began to appreciate the value of the question itself and the importance of embracing the unknown. He saw that the question was not something that needed to be answered, but rather something that needed to be lived, and that the mystery of reality was not something that could be solved, but rather something that needed to be embodied. In this state of silence and awareness, Mokuan was reminded of the teachings of Bodhidharma, the Indian master who had brought Chan Buddhism to China. Bodhidharma had emphasized the importance of non-conceptual thinking and had taught that the ultimate reality was beyond all thoughts and ideas. He had said, "The ultimate reality is not something that can be seen or heard, but it is the one who sees and hears." Mokuan realized that this teaching was not just a philosophical concept, but a living reality that could be experienced in every moment. He saw that the ultimate reality was not something that was separate from the self, but rather it was the self itself, in its most fundamental and essential nature. And he understood that the key to experiencing this reality lay not in the attainment of spiritual states or the accumulation of knowledge, but in the simple act of being present and of allowing oneself to be guided by the natural currents of life. As Mokuan emerged from his state of silence and awareness, he felt a sense of insight and understanding that he had never known before. He saw that the unborn mind was not just a concept or a state of consciousness, but a living, breathing reality that was available to him in every moment. He realized that it was not something that he had to achieve or attain, but rather something that was already present, waiting to be discovered. And he understood that the key to experiencing this reality lay not in the accumulation of knowledge or the attainment of spiritual states, but in the simple act of being present and of allowing oneself to be guided by the natural currents of life. Mokuan's insight was not just an intellectual understanding, but a deep and profound sense of connection to all of life. He felt a sense of compassion and empathy for all beings, and a deep appreciation for the beauty and wonder of the world. And he knew that he would never see things in the same way again, that his perspective had been forever changed by his experience of the unborn mind. As he looked out at the world, Mokuan saw that everything was interconnected, and that every moment was an opportunity to experience the unborn mind. He saw that the distinctions between subject and object, self and other, were not fixed or absolute, but were instead fluid and interchangeable. And he realized that the ultimate reality was not something that could be known or understood, but was instead a mystery that unfolded moment by moment in every breath, in every step, in every thought, and every action. Mokuan's insight was not just a personal experience, but a universal truth that could be applied to all of life. He saw that the unborn mind was not just a state of consciousness, but a way of being in the world. It was a way of being that was open, receptive, and aware. A way of being that was not limited by concepts or dualities. And he knew that this way of being was available to everyone, in every moment, regardless of their background or circumstances. As Mokuan walked through the world, he felt a sense of freedom and liberation that he had never known before. He was no longer bound by his thoughts and concepts, but was instead guided by the natural currents of life. He was no longer separate from the world, but was instead a part of it, connected to all of life in a deep and profound way. And he knew that he would always carry the unborn mind with him as a reminder of the mystery and wonder of the universe, and as a guide on his journey through life. As we reflect on Mokuan's journey and his experience of the unborn mind, we are reminded of the importance of being present and aware in our own lives. We are reminded that the ultimate reality is not something that can be known or understood, but is instead a mystery that unfolds moment by moment in every breath, in every step, in every thought, and every action. And we are invited to embark on our own journey of discovery, to explore the depths of our own minds and hearts, and to experience the unborn mind for ourselves. As we walk through the world, we can carry the teachings of Mokuan and the other masters with us as a reminder of the importance of being open, receptive, and aware. We can cultivate mindfulness and meditation in our daily lives and allow ourselves to be guided by the natural currents of life. And we can remember that the unborn mind is not just a state of consciousness, but a way of being in the world, a way of being that is open, receptive, and aware. As we return to our own lives, we can bring the insight and understanding of the unborn mind with us and allow it to guide us on our journey through the world. We can see the world with fresh eyes and experience the beauty and wonder of life in a new and profound way. And we can remember that the ultimate reality is not something that is separate from us, but is instead the very essence of our own being, waiting to be discovered